Are you one with nature?
What I have been told I am.
My name is Rowan Stuart. I'm the Outdoor Programs Coordinator.
My name is Rico. I'm a trip supervisor and a trip leader here with the outdoor programs.
Outdoor Programs, we have a on-campus bike shop, we have an outdoor gear rental office, and we run trips. And all of those services that we have are open to all students, faculty, and staff at the university. General backpacking and camping gear, we've got like tents and backpacking packs, sleeping bags, sleeping pads. We have some camp stoves, some coolers, and then we rent kayaking gear to people who have experience with kayaking. And then obviously the on-campus bike shop has both commuter or road bikes and mountain bikes that are for rent. The pandemic changed our office hours a little bit. We implemented a reservation system on Mondays and Fridays when typically we were open 5 days a week for drop-in rentals. But it's actually made things a lot more efficient for you to make a reservation for a date and time to pick up your gear rental, whether that's a bike or a tent or a sleeping bag. You just make a reservation through a Google form and then one of our student staff contact you.
I think it's probably harder, but only a little bit, only because we have to really restrict when they can take their gear out to the weekends only. And we're only open to rent them out 2 days a week. So usually they would come, or before all this, they would come in during the week and take a break day to go and camp out if they wanted to, but now it's just the weekends. But the process is still mostly the same. And I think a lot of the staff can agree that it's easier because it's more organized and, they basically fill out their own forms beforehand, and all of the gear that they rent more regularly is still just as good.
Since I've started working, I mostly work with our outdoor leadership training program, which is our academic class. And so it's a 2-semester class, and every fall we do a backpacking trip, and then every spring we go whitewater kayaking and rock climbing. So I mostly work with that, and that's actually a program that I worked for and led when I was a student here as well.
I chose to become a part of the outdoor programs because it was a field that I felt most at home in, which is definitely something shared between all of the people that work at outdoor programs. But I thought that being able to talk to people about going camping, hiking, kayaking, and climbing as part of my job would make more sense to me and be way more enjoyable than having to sit behind a desk.
All of our trips are led almost entirely by student trip leaders. And to become a trip leader, you go through our outdoor leadership training program class for 2 semesters, and you have the opportunity to apply and be hired to lead trips. And we have everyone work in the office or the bike shop when they start to get a feel for the program. We run a pretty wide mix from single day hikes to some overnight backpacking trips. We do whitewater kayaking and rock climbing. We have done some mountain biking trips and some caving trips. And then just some general on-campus hikes and team building and campfires.
Awesome.
Kayaking trips personally, there are some in the future coming up once it warms up that I definitely plan to participate in if I don't lead it, and over the summer personally, for sure.
We use, again, a reservation app. It's the same reservation app that you use to reserve a time to go to the gym or to go to a group fitness class. And all of our trips and programs are listed in there. So you register through there, and in any trip that goes off campus has an additional fee, usually pretty small, and you have to complete a health form. So once you sign up through our app, you'll get contacted by a trip leader who will then send you a link to register and pay. It's been a learning curve to plan programs during the pandemic for sure. I would say last semester felt challenging as we figured out what was safe and what we could do reasonably on and off campus. And But like already this semester, we're feeling a lot more comfortable just knowing what our limits are.
I think the pandemic has actually, for me, highlighted how important it is for me to get outside. And I think that's made it easier to initiate getting out there. For some people, it's hard to want to get out after being locked up, which, you know, is almost like, almost doesn't make sense. But once you're already comfy, it's hard to be uncomfy on purpose.
I encourage everybody, all students, to at least give it a try. All of our trips are open to any activity or skill levels, so we can make everything super accessible. And beyond just like going and having an outdoor activity, one of our big goals as a program is to build community with other students on campus. And so if you're looking to meet new people or try a new sport, I think going on a trip with outdoor programs is the way to do that.
For students that want to be a part of the outdoor programs, it definitely offers them the most direct connection. We have outdoor leadership training, we have trip leading positions, and handling even just the office work. So if they wanted to talk to someone who definitely has a future in working with the outdoors, they'd come to join the program. But for everyone else who is not on the program, I'd say that it's the best way they can find an avenue into the outdoors. LTP is Outdoor Leadership Training Program. And through that, they can take a 2-semester course for actual credit hours and then have the experience necessary to start working like with gear rentals and leading trips. So they get all the certifications and experience they need to be a well-informed employee. And still casually participating in trips is always a good idea and a good way to get involved and connected.